Yo, what's up, everybody? Come on in, enjoying the Jetblack Daily Show. We'll be right back in just a moment. Peace. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. I hope you're having a great day and you're making it great. This is the Jetblack Daily Show. I'm Mr. Jetblack Carl Sr.
And I'm your special guest host, the director and producer of the show, Chris Bray. Welcome y'all in for an amazing show and a very, very special guest.
Yes, indeed. Listen, if you haven't had the opportunity, please visit the website, thejetblackenpowerment.com. That's thejetblackenpowerment.com. If you want to be a part of the Jetblack experiment, please donate and volunteer. Hit that Cash App, Unique 3815. That's Unique 3815. And if you want to write that check, make that check payable to the Aaron T. Jones Memorial Fund. That is the Aaron T. Jones Memorial Fund. Listen, you too can look good with a purpose. ShopJetBlack.org. That's ShopJetBlack.org. Boy,
what's going on, man?
Building.
What's going on, man?
Hey, I can't call it, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm honored to be filling in tonight, Corey. You can make it tonight.
Right on.
Praying for you, brother. As
Yes,
always,
sir.
as always, that's our dog right there.
Yes, sir. No doubt. Listen, I'm feeling real good, feeling all right. You know, I ain't cold. My body's still warm on the inside, always. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we have a very, very, very special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
We have the one and the only Cait.
AKA Cait the Great.
Cait the Great.
Yes, sir.
Cait, what's up?
Man, we're living.
You know?
Yeah, we're out here vibing.
Come on, man. I love it.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
we are so glad to have you here. And we want you to know that everybody that comes on the Jetblack platform is important to us.
Let's go.
And you are special. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
Everybody
that.
is.
Appreciate
We're so glad that you have chosen to have this experience with us and also talk about yourself. So look, we're going to go ahead and get right on into it.
Right in there.
Let's
yes,
get it.
sir. Can you tell the people where you're from?
I'm from hometown hero, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Come on with it.
Yep.
Gate City.
That's all right, right there. That's all right.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Right on. Tell the folks what you do.
I'm a barber.
No, you
All
ain't.
day.
Yes, she is. She's a hell of a
day.
barber, too. Don't play with Cait. Not the one, I'm trying to tell you.
No
barber.
doubt. Right on. What
Yes,
school
sir.
did you go to?
Barber school or?
Elementary school. That's talking
Oh,
about
elementary.
that. Elementary
Oh,
school.
we going back.
Let's go back. Let's
We
just
going
go ahead and
back.
take them back. Just take them on a
Sheesh.
journey.
If
Let's
I
talk
can
about your
remember,
childhood
right?
a little bit.
You remember yours?
A little bit.
Okay.
I'm getting up there, man. I went to
As much as you can remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I went to Alamance Elementary School.
Okay, cool.
Southeast.
Okay.
part of
Sticks.
Greensboro.
Okay.
Man, the sticks.
What was it
Six.
like growing out in the country?
It's cool. I'm the youngest of 7.
No.
Yeah.
More boys or
Seven.
more girls?
Yeah.
Which one? Even.
Four boys, 3 girls.
Oh, wow. Okay.
5 of which were adopted.
Okay.
2 from South Korea, 3 from Southern California, and 1 of which is African American.
Cait.
Yeah, we
No, Cait.
It's steep. It's steep.
No, man.
Yes.
you're a good person.
It's a lot.
Yeah. What you
That
mean?
says-
You need to know that.
Oh, of course I do that.
I could have told you that.
It's just like when you find out somebody's story, though, when you find out
Yeah.
how they lived, it's like,
Yeah.
no wonder you're the way that you are.
Yeah.
You got a
Perspective.
heart big,
Perspective,
Big
definitely.
perspective.
heart big as gold. Yes, yes, I love it. So, what was more fun at the house? Did the girls rule the house, or did the guys rule the house? Which one was it? Or was
Get
it?
somebody in trouble on there.
Are you trying to get nobody in trouble? Who
I don't
ruled?
think it was a gendered thing of
I got you.
sports ruled the house. So we all played sports. I played baseball, basketball, soccer.
Come on. What
Shit.
position you play?
Football.
What position did you play?
Which sport?
Any of them? Just name one. Give me one.
Baseball was my like ride or die sport,
Was it
but
really?
I was always like left or center field.
Okay.
But, yeah.
He was a good hitter too, I'm sure, huh?
Oh yeah, they used to call me Slugger.
No, they did.
Slugger Allen.
Slugger.
Slugger
That sounds
Island.
like a mob name.
Watch
Slugger
out.
Island.
Watch out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think that's wonderful. So let's
Oh,
keep
yeah.
going. What happened when you got to high school? Tell us about high school. You told us about elementary. Let's go into high school.
Yeah, so I got into music when I was like 7 or 8.
Okay.
I started playing drums
Okay.
when I was like 9.
Yeah.
Just started picking up different instruments going through middle and high school. Played bass, guitar.
You was
Guitar,
just
definitely.
You just creative then.
Yeah,
She raw.
for
For real.
sure.
She really
Yeah,
good.
high school, I started on the drum line.
Okay.
All 4 years. Captain my last 2 years.
What?
Yes.
No.
It's a,
You the one playing the drums, or you were the one that?
no, I was playing the drums.
Okay.
You was
yeah.
playing them.
Yeah, 3 years I played bass, and then 1 year I played snare.
That's dope.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
That's
Love
it. I didn't know that.
yeah, it was serious. Very serious.
See, that's why we love to tell people stories. That's why we like to ask the kind of questions we ask.
Oh, yeah.
Because we find out who you are as a complete person. So now we know the creative aspect part of you. That's, that's dope, which leads us into the next thing. Let's talk about what you do for a living.
Yeah, I'm a barber. My best friend is a barber, and a few years ago I've been a line cook in a restaurant for several years.
Yeah.
And he actually invited me. He took me out to the beach for my birthday one year, and he was like, "Yo, like, what are you planning to do? Like, have you thought about opening up a restaurant or like maybe starting a food truck?" And I was like, "Man, I don't feel that. Like, I don't know if I can do that right now." And he was like, "Okay, well." Because I was always complaining. I never had money to, like, go out and do fun stuff with all our friends. So he was like, "Dude, why don't you consider, like, going to barber school?" Because, like, we used to live together, and we would watch barber tutorial videos till, like, 2, 3 in the morning. And we just love watching the videos. So he was just like, "It's something you're interested in.
Sure.
Like, just at least go to the barber school. Just see if you can get some financial aid or something."
What was that like? going to
So,
barber school?
so I go in.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Listen, I
Barber school
go.
is not all honey and cake. I'm tell you that now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's not even close to that. But I go there, see if I can get some financial aid, and I was able to get some, but I still needed like $4,000 or $5,000 out of pocket.
Yeah.
That's after a lot of money granted to me through, like
I got you.
aid and stuff. But
Yeah.
so I went back to my friend and I was like, "Man, I don't know if I can do it. Like, there's a lot of money."
What was the tuition cost, if you don't mind? What was the tuition cost?
I think it's like 12, 13 grand.
Yeah, not 1,200, 13 grand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Barber
13.
school
Three
is
zeros.
they hitting us over the head. They hitting us over the head.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got you. And that's
Hard.
is that 1 semester, 2 semesters?
It's just the program.
1,528 hours.
And how long
Yeah.
is that course? How long is that?
If you
How long is
show up,
barbering
if you
school? Let's say that. How
well,
long
it
is barbering
depends on if you show up.
Yeah.
that's
I got
that's
you.
the
Yeah,
kicker.
when I was in, you had to hit, you could hit 8 a day and 40 a week max.
Wow.
So they trying to make sure you don't
It's
charge
less
over.
than that now. I think they capped us at like 35.
I was hitting 60 something a week. I was trying to get up out of there.
Okay, so the more hours,
I finished-
Yeah.
the faster you get out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I finished in like 10 months. So
You was in there.
I was in there every morning. I was
Okay.
get there first so I could leave first.
I always wanted to know when you went to barber school, do you guys get paid at all? Is that,
No.
Okay. I mean, I don't know why I thought, because I remember back in the day, I would go to the barber school and get a haircut. Of course, we paid.
Yeah.
So the money that's being paid,
No, sir.
Okay, how does that work?
It doesn't work.
You want to know how it works?
No, really.
Tuition,
Because
and
you
they
go
take a little $7 for a little haircut if they charge that much.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
So it got to the point to where barbers, I know most barbers, they cut outside of school.
Oh, yeah, I was cutting in my apartment even when I
You're
was
not coming to the
trash.
shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, for what? I'm not going to get paid. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
already paying you $13,000.
Yeah,
and
and
you want to take
it's-
my $7 a haircut? Hell no.
And it's pretty hard to have a full-time job outside of school.
Exactly.
I took out loans to pay for my living expenses because I was like, this ain't happening
I got you.
if I don't do that. So we still paying them things off.
Now explain to the people that barber school is not just you going in there cutting hair every day.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually a curriculum involved. Like, a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think that book's at least 24, 25 chapters long. You got anatomy, biology, chemistry, hair.
Oh, so you still got to take the prerequisites.
It's just like there's like different chapters
It's
in
like,
the book.
what is it, 28?
Okay.
20-some chapters?
Yeah.
And you cover the book once through, and you
Got
cover
you.
like 6 more chapters afterwards. Something like that.
So it's not like you have to take like a math.
Oh, no.
That's what I- that's
It's
what I-
whatever
It's
in
not
that
like
book.
that. You just have to pass the test for each chapter.
I understand.
And you got, like I said, chapters on chemistry, anatomy,
Learning habits,
bones in
color,
the body,
chemical.
muscles in the body. Like
Anatomy is chapter 7. That's the hardest
it is
chapter.
chapter 7.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
it's serious.
So I imagine that is important.
And that facial shaving, which she mastered when she
Yeah.
lined your beard up. So
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
she does a great job.
That's true.
Yeah, she absolutely does. So what was that like? What was the test like when you got ready to take your test?
Honestly, like,
Did you test on like humans, or did you I know it sounds so
Humans.
crazy. Like a human body, like a real person, or did you use a
yeah, we
mannequin?
caught the ops, knocked them out,
You
and
know
then
what
put
I'm
them in the barber school so they can line them up.
At the ass. Do y'all use mannequins at all? You know, like
Yeah.
sometimes.
That's what I mean by that.
sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's more. I think at least a lot of people using mannequins for straight hair or to practice the shave for state board.
Yeah.
But besides that, you want to get on a
Wanna
human
have a
head.
real
Yeah,
human head. I got
because
you.
yeah, even those curly hair mannequins, like it's not the texture of curly hair.
I got you.
It's
Now
something.
tell him about the test when you gotta actually cut a dog's hair.
What?
No, I'm playing.
I was going to say a dog. What the world? That's a whole nother thing, right?
That's serious.
Yeah.
That's only
like-
for the elite.
I got you. And how long is that test?
Too long.
Is it really? Hours.
Yes. I mean, those tests are like you talking about for each chapter?
Yeah, for each chapter. And then the last test you have to take.
Oh, the last test we had
Yeah.
to take, it was like 200 questions.
Yeah.
I got you.
And you can miss so many.
Is it a time? If it's a time test at all?
Nah,
not.
I don't think it's timed.
Okay, so you can be in there all day long.
Either you know it or you don't. Like with with
it's
trade stuff, you can know it or you
it's
don't.
true. It's you either know it or you don't know it.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I think that's awesome. I think that is so awesome. So, what was the process like for the transition from barbering school to where you're now? Where you're at now? Did you go to another barber shop before you went to?
I was at
Silver?
several barbershops.
Okay.
Yeah, I had some very, really terrible experiences.
All right.
So the first place I went, I'm not gonna name.
Sure. No,
names or
you're
anything.
not supposed to.
Out of respect.
Out of respect.
That's
yeah.
not how I do things. But
Yeah.
first shop I went to was good. And then it was also like a month after the restrictions had
Yeah.
been lifted.
Okay.
So it was very slow.
Sure.
I didn't have clientele like that, and it was also in another city. So I also didn't have a bunch of people from Greensboro weren't really gonna travel to where I was. And then after about a month, the owner was like, "Hey, like I don't think we're gonna be able to keep you because it's really slow, and it's hurting our other barbers that have been here for years."
I understand.
So I was like, okay, like I respect that, and he let me work for another couple weeks, and then that was it. And then I discovered that about a month and a half after I left, they had hired someone else to do the exact same thing that I was doing there.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a little.
What? You ain't tell me that.
Listen, man.
Good day in the morning.
understand.
Yeah, so it was a little. I'm still like, it kind of. It's
I got
yeah,
you.
it's
Kinda sore
it's not
spot
cool.
still. It's not
yeah.
cool.
It's not cool. But moved on from there to another shop, sort of in Greensboro. And this place was pretty jacked up. They actually fired me for they didn't like that I was bringing in clients that weren't.
Say it.
Yeah, they didn't like that I was bringing in female clients. They didn't like that I had gay, trans clients.
Yes.
Say all that.
Say all that.
Yeah, they didn't like it.
No. The reason I'm glad, 'cause that's what I was trying to pull out of you.
Yeah.
Because here on Jetblack, we want to talk about real life experiences.
Yes.
Because this ain't about being fake. This is about being very transparent about your experience. Because you gonna help somebody.
Oh,
you're gonna help
already.
somebody along the way because of the strength that you possess. Sure. And look where you at now. You're doing the doggone thing.
Oh yeah, we're elevated.
So let's
now.
go a little deeper into the talking about what that experience was like for you. Okay. When you saw that, because that's discrimination.
I'll tell you what. When I was in barber school, I approached it with the mindset that I'm gonna work really hard as fast as I can to get really good at cutting hair, and that's just gonna speak for itself. And it's not going to matter that I'm white or female or gay or whatever. Like, none of those things, it should be irrelevant. Can she cut? Yeah. To me, that should be what it's about. And so when I found out that it was not that way everywhere, because even in Greensboro, you have areas that are very progressive and that are like, she can cut, let her cut. And then you got other places that are like, oh, but she's not this, and she's not this, and she's not this, and she's bringing all this newness into the shop that they weren't ready to like elevate like that.
So they were in a box basically.
Oh,
yeah, they were scared of it.
I was catty cornered like harder than most people that I know in this industry.
Let me comment on the box.
Yeah,
the box part about barbers and actual barbershop owners being in a box. And it's actually a very bad disease in this area because they've settled just for cutting and they settled just for the comfortability of a shop. Yeah. They've let go of professionalism and actually, as I said before, in the last episode I had with Chase, it's like people, we just want to cut hair. That's it. And they forget all the business principles. And, we recruit barbers, and we're looking for barbers. We look for integrity, character, and hard work. Because the system that we're putting you in, you make money, but you have to apply yourself. And she was going above and beyond thus far. So to hear her say that she had to deal with those barbers that are in a box, it's just another story that adds to, the resilience and the attitude she has. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. I know when I first met you, there was no one in there.
Ghost empty, bone dry.
Oh yeah, it was quiet.
Fresh.
We opened the shop during the pandemic.
Yes.
Swivel. Opened the shop during the pandemic.
I'm telling you.
And it's booming.
Oh yeah, it's busy. It's crazy now. But what was that like for you sitting there? I know you've had experiences where there wasn't a lot of clientele, but what was that like for you to be in a place that finally said it was kind of like, I'm at home, you know what I'm saying? And still not seeing the fruit yet of all your labor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I came into it pretty aggressive.
Yes, you did.
Because when I first had my first meeting, kind of interview, I guess, with Chase, who owns the shop, I just came in straight up. I was like, listen, if you can't handle gay people, if you can't handle trans people, if you can't handle women in your shop, then let's end this right now. And he was like, why would you say that? And then I told him about getting fired from the other place, this and that, and he was just like, I can't believe. He was startled himself that even happened. But I came into it very much like, I'm gonna handle this before it becomes a situation. But I mean, I was kind of proud of myself that I did it because I was kind of nervous.
No, but you know what you did? You stepped outside of your fear.
Oh yeah.
Fear will stagnate and suffocate you and strangle you.
Right. I just figured I'm already like catty cornered. Yeah. Because most folks walk into a barbershop, one, they've probably never even seen a girl barber. Yeah. Two, they've probably never seen a white girl barber. Sure. And three, you probably never seen a girl barber that presents in a more masculine way. So there's a lot of that is intimidating and polarizing. Yeah. And I
No. I'm
we're
glad you-
ending those stereotypes, I guess. But
Absolutely, you are. Because
Yeah.
I sat in your chair. You nice with the blade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I knew automatically. I knew if you were in there, you could cut. End of discussion.
Oh yeah.
Because I know the standards that Chase have. I know the standards that Bray has. So it was like, it's a no-brainer. And the Swivel brand, everybody can
It's
cut
serious.
it.
Say that one more time. That whole
The
list.
Swivel brand, everybody can cut
it.
at Swivel.
Yes,
That's
sir.
all need to be said.
And it's everybody can cut everybody. It's
I
not
mean-
just everybody
Exactly.
can cut.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what else I was going to say.
Yeah.
They cut black, white, Chinese. It doesn't matter.
Troll hair, we don't
Everybody,
care.
man.
Everybody. Now,
Everybody.
look,
down.
what she said is very important. So a barber coming out during pre-COVID,
Yeah.
I know barbers that came out of barber school that quit, they couldn't make it in 6 months.
did.
She came into the barber industry during the pandemic, stayed through, fought through, made it through, and then boom, where she's at now, like that's powerful.
It is powerful.
Powerful.
And the other thing I want to add to that, she endured me calling her cat for the last
Yeah,
time.
that was every
I
time you
didn't
said that,
know.
it was uncomfortable. Every time.
Dude, I was like, I thought that was her name though. Every time I came in the shop, I said, yo, what's up, cat? And she was like, that ain't-
You know what she told me in the back room during the break one day? She said, I'm not gonna mess with him because he's kind of old. I don't want to hurt his feelings. So that's I'm a cat's out the bag now. But that's what was said, you know what I mean?
Oh man,
no.
like listen, man, I ain't gonna go.
But you know what though, Cait, that says a lot about your heart though.
It was said.
I'm pure-hearted, man. If there's
I
one thing I
love
can
it.
say.
Yeah, nah, that's dope, man. You endured all of that though to look at where you at now. So let's talk
Exactly.
about what business is like for you now.
Shoot, it's pretty busy. I think sometimes I can get very, like I have very high like expectations. I guess for like if I have a really good week, I'm like, all right, I want a better week next week.
Yes, she's like that.
This is true. So I think sometimes I can get a little like if I have a week that's just like slower for whatever reason, I'm just like, all right, man, we working 8 days next week. Like,
I got you.
Like we're kicking it into gear for real.
Yeah,
but
you know-
it's getting busier. It's getting busier. I think
Yeah.
I think with a lot of people getting vaccinated,
Yeah.
you know, staying
People
healthy.
starting to come out and everything.
People starting to come out, and that location that I'm at is still new. Like it's less than a year still. Right?
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and y'all
Pretty much.
banging though.
Less than a year, and then when she came in, Chase was still installing stuff on the walls. He was still
Oh, yeah.
putting
I
stuff
remember
in.
that. Yeah, I
You know,
remember
we're
that.
still cosmetically, we're not where we want to be 100%,
Right.
but we're good enough right now to where our barbers are comfortable, our customers are comfortable,
Yeah.
and they keep coming back. So
Heck yeah.
that's a win.
Yeah, it is.
That's a win.
sure.
And let's talk about, I remember I was in there last time we was talking, and I asked you about Sundays, and you was like, yo, Sunday is my day.
Yeah,
And
Sunday-
I don't hear barbers say that too often, but what did you do to capitalize on your Sundays?
So I kind of discovered that I was the only barber that wanted to work on Sundays, and I connected that with just the fact that you know you have some people that may want to go out and get their hair cut, but they're still a little concerned with COVID
Yeah.
and like just unnecessary exposure. So I just thought, I mean, I'm the only barber here, so that's the less amount of exposure that you could get going into a barber shop. And so I pretty much just promoted it as like, I mean, I'll cut anybody on Sunday, but if you are specifically concerned with being in a shop that has too many people, man, this is the safest place that you could be.
Yeah.
And then I just kept showing up, and they kept showing up. So
I love it. Now,
Yeah.
do you go all day long Sunday too? Until the last person, or do you cut off?
I kind of chilled it out more recently, but
Really?
usually like
You know she work hard. You talking about
do
chilling out on hours.
Chilled
I
out.
chilled out.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
we chilled it out. I'll do like 11 to 6. That's chilled out, right?
Yeah. Tell you, she go hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go hard.
Now
for
look,
real.
the thing about her is like we even got on Instagram. Chase is recorded, she's recorded, I recorded it.
Yeah.
She'll be the first one there, and then she would look at whoever's last, and she'll watch you and make sure she was the last one there. So when she say chilled out, she literally chilled out.
Chilled out.
Yeah,
I
I
was
did
like,
chill out.
okay, I'm going home.
I'm not always the last one there now.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So where'd you get that drive from like that? Where did that evolve
Man.
from? That work ethic.
She got a mixtape out right now, 17 million
Do
streams.
you?
It's called Hunger in the Shop.
Hunger in the shop.
Yes.
Cap. Big cap. It's 18 million views. First of all.
Okay.
Oh, okay then.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, where did you get that from?
The
Your work ethic?
drive.
The drive.
It's just in me, man. I don't know.
Gotcha.
It's just.
Gotcha.
I think probably my parents, like, they had, having so many kids, like, they kind of had to learn how to make a little bit last a long time.
Yeah.
So I kind of have that same thing, and I don't have a family situation where I can be like, hey, I can't cover rent. You guys got me? Like, it's more of a, I don't want to say motivated by fear, but motivated by I got responsibilities.
You got responsibilities. So you get out there and you don't get it, no matter what.
Got to.
Oh, so it's 7 days for you then, really?
Yeah,
I mean, I know you cut back a little bit, but 7 days.
Yeah,
sound like
it's 7 days. Even on my off days, I'm writing my budgets. I'm doing all sorts of stuff.
I love it.
Figuring out if I'm gonna do something special for that month, promotion wise.
Yeah.
My wheels never stop spinning.
I believe that. So do you do any private barbering on the side outside of Swivel?
Sometimes if
you have a client
those are called house calls.
Okay, those are good.
House calls.
Do you have
the price is way different.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to ask.
The price is different, especially with COVID. I'm not gonna go inside someone's house for less than $150.
Wow.
So
Bingo. Told you.
Because that takes care of your gas. That takes care of
it takes care
labor.
of me.
It takes care of you. Period.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's just out the gate, Cait. That's just what it is. Flat rate.
In the gate, out the gate.
I mean, if I had to travel, far, further than Charlotte or something.
Of course, it's more than that.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I think that's beautiful. So what's next for Cait?
Man, I got so much on my mind, man. So much, but
you don't have to tell it all, you know what I'm saying?
I can't tell it all.
No, you can't tell it all. But what's next for you? You see yourself doing this another 10 years? 10, 20 years.
Oh, that's like asking you can't ask a barber that question. That's bad luck. Hold on.
I'm gonna ask you that there, but
she be cutting them off, shoulder fall off.
I know, right?
You can't ask that.
Yeah.
20 years.
Listen, I'm probably gonna cut till my hands fall off.
I get it.
I love it. If I was in a situation, where I was booed up or something, married, and my spouse was like, "Yo, I got us." I'm like, "We cut in the city for free this week." We.
Tell you, to do barbering, you have to be passionate about it.
You really do.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Some days you ain't cutting a piece of air, and the next day you cutting 10 heads and you loving it. But at the end of the day, we would cut hair for free. Not every day, but at the instance we still do it now. We just love cutting hair.
Yeah. I think that's beautiful. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
So how are you able to handle the long stands, on your feet for that many hours? On your feet, just standing like that. Is there a special kind of shoe that you wear?
Listen, I've been a line cook. I've been on my feet my whole life.
Come on.
I've been working in a restaurant. Man, this is. I can sit down after a haircut.
I got
you. Can't sit down on the line.
Yeah. So what do you do on your relaxed time when you're not at the barber shop? What do? You don't have to divulge too much information, but what does Cait do when she's chilling?
I'm genuinely. I hate to say it.
I'm a homebody.
I'm pretty boring. I'm not.
Movies.
I'm just kicking it.
I got you.
That's the whole vibe. I'm just kicking it.
I'm just hanging. Honestly, if anybody is to text me at any given point and I'm not at the shop, they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm gonna say, "Chilling."
Wow, I think that's awesome.
I keep it relaxed, and I live alone, so I can
What, you ain't got nobody?
No.
You ain't booed up?
What pets you got? You got pets, don't you?
Yeah, I do have a cat. His name's Hank, and I got a.
I was dying when she first told me that.
His name Hank. Why the name Hank?
Man, I'm really glad you asked that.
Yeah.
Because that brings up another passion of mine.
Okay.
Which is Breaking Bad.
Okay.
You ever seen Breaking Bad? Oh, we about to have a problem.
Okay.
No, there's a character on
Okay.
Breaking Bad. His name's Hank.
Okay.
and
I think I have seen it. I think
Yeah.
I have seen it. Yeah.
If not, we can get you caught up.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's where you got the name from, Hank. Mm-hmm. Now, what kind of cat is he?
Just
Is he a?
I don't know what the kinds are, honestly.
I got you.
Just
Does he
like
have stripes?
white with like some orange splotches.
Yeah.
Man, I should have sent you some pictures of Hank so we could.
I gotta put them up.
Set 'em
Yeah.
up.
Okay, so
Yeah,
look. Now look, I want to get into the barber side of things,
Yeah,
the
come
female side. I want to give people a glimpse of what she goes through, but also hear how she
Trash.
talks about it. So, to start off, what are some of the challenges you go through as far as being a female barber? Welcome to Jetblack.
Yes,
Sheesh, man.
Yes.
Gosh. So you got folks that'll come in and say there's maybe me and a couple other barbers there. The other two barbers are busy or whatever. And they come in and I'm like, okay, I got you. My chair's the first one on the left. And they're like, oh, no. And I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I need a male barber. And I was like, is that
Just
right?
like that.
Yes.
Just straight, like right there.
2021.
Yes.
Yes.
It happens. And listen, I've been crunching some numbers. Okay, and there's a whole conversation of the wage gap between men and women in this country.
Come on.
And a lot of people would think, oh, like you're making the same per haircut as the male barbers at your shop, so the wage gap doesn't exist, right? But if you think of all the time, this probably happens at least 3 or 4 times a week. Okay, so that's at least $150. $150 a week times 52. Man, I'm losing thousands
Yeah.
I got you.
because of people's either prejudice or just straight up being uncomfortable
With a female.
with a female cutting their hair, which is
Gotcha.
it's bizarre, and it always just sometimes it gets to me, and sometimes I'm like, all right, man, you can wait as long as you want. And when you
She's
walk
polite.
and you watch the people walk out of my chair and look a hell of a lot better than you, don't come ask me for a haircut.
I saw you cut, so I know your skill set. So,
Some people just aren't with it, man.
Yeah.
But
I want to ask her too, because we discussed this in one of the meetings. Tell the people about your consultation process and the services you offer,
Yeah.
okay.
because you just don't cut hair. I want to make
That's
that
right.
very clear.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true. My consultation process, I treat, especially with a first-time guest, I'm going to treat them like they've never gotten a haircut before. Because odds are they've probably never gotten a haircut like the one I'm about to give them. So I ask them questions like what is there something that your hair does that, like, after a couple of weeks after your cut that you realize, like, this isn't working? And odds are they've never had anybody ask them that. And in the back of their head, they have something. There's always something that they say, like, oh, well, maybe take it shorter because after a couple of weeks, it's just too long,
Yeah.
And most people aren't asking them that because they're just trying to get them out of the chair.
Bingo.
And I'm not just trying to get them out of the chair. I'm
No.
trying to get them out and back.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Say that again. Say
so
that
proud.
again.
yeah, I'm not just trying to get them out of the chair. I'm trying to get them out and back.
Right
So
on. Right on.
most of the times, and honestly,
Yeah.
this is a little. Can I go?
Please.
Go where you want to
Can I
go.
venture? Okay,
Talk.
so
Go ahead.
something interesting that happened going back to the shop where I'd gotten fired for being gay and having trans
Yes.
gay clients. I had somebody come in my chair, and the parent of this kid was like, we went to a shop before, and they flat out refused to cut my child's hair based on, it doesn't matter why.
Okay.
And I was like, where did that happen? And turns out it was at this shop that I was at like a couple years before.
That damn box.
It's the
box.
box. And
Wow.
there's a lot of barbers out there that are,
I'm
they're
just
sexist, homophobic,
Yeah.
even racist.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like I am catty cornered in a sense that I am so marginalized in this industry, but at the same time, I've put myself in a unique position to serve people that don't feel like they belong. Yeah. So most times women are scared to death of going to the barbershop.
Yes, preach that.
That's true.
Yeah, women are scared to go to the barbershop. Gay people are scared to go to the barbershop. Anybody that isn't black, white, straight, male is going to be scared to go into the barbershop.
I got you.
Intimidated, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, super intimidated. And it's disrespectful because the only reason they're intimidated is because they've had a bad experience.
Sure.
No one just like knows what a barbershop is and is just intimidated for no reason.
I think that's just like so crazy because I've had a female cut my hair before.
Listen, man.
I've had that before, you know, in the past, and she did an excellent job. So I just find that so odd because it's still beauty. You're still dealing with beauty, so why would it not be common?
You gotta understand the barber industry is still divided. It's still segregated.
Yeah,
I mean, you got all white barbershops, and you still have all black barbershops. And you have shops that are Hispanic, shops that are Asian, and they cater to certain different demographics across town or different cities. But the key thing is, and barbershops are so ignorant to this fact, when you actually take the time and bring together a group of barbers from different backgrounds, there's no limit to it because you can have all clients and tap into every single market, but people are comfortable and they're intimidated. So just like women are intimidated to come in, trans, gay, those type of people, you still have the people that are in the barbershops that are intimidated to open their doors and welcome in all barbers. Yeah. Because for her to get fired just for being treated differently for being a female, that pisses me off because that's not our industry. Right. There's some women that'll walk the dog on a majority of male barbers.
Come on, man.
And I'm mad getting loud. I just don't like. You know
no. You're passionate about it, and I hear the passion. Yeah. Do you do eyebrows too? Mm-hmm. You do? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He got a unibrow that's like.
We gonna have to work that
magic butterfly.
No.
The lazy
I don't
caterpillar.
have the Al sure happening now. Trust me.
I'm playing.
No.
I'm playing, Mrs. Ross. I'm just playing.
It's interesting. Like when you think about your average like male client that walks into a barbershop, a lot of times they're getting a haircut because one, they think it looks good, or it's getting annoying when it's like growing around their ears or something. Yeah. But when you have a trans client, a haircut is a huge piece of their identity that helps them feel good.
It's a crown.
Yeah, truly. And it's like to not want to service somebody because you're uncomfortable with that for whatever reason. That's trash.
To keep it real.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. That's why I wanted you to come on.
That's
why I wanted you to come on because I knew you had a different perspective as it pertains to barbering. From you got so many angles, and then so growing up the way that you grew up too, with having such a diverse family. That's crazy. Yeah. That's dope too. You got another one on there, bro?
Yeah. I got a real good one. I look deep. How does it feel?
Here we go.
How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel?
To access my emotional
to work, feel to work in a male-dominated industry.
Good question.
Feels like every other job I've had.
Good answer.
I know where she's going with that.
Good answer. You don't even feel no kind of way.
I mean, I'm used to it. Like when I was playing baseball, only girl on the baseball team. Gotcha. I wasn't about to play softball. Right. Being on the drum line, only girl on the drum line. Yeah. Working on a line as a line cook, only girl on the line. You've been the only one in a couple situations. Listen, I was bred for this.
Yeah.
I got you.
But yeah, I'm used to it.
Yeah. That's good.
What would you say? Okay, so we got the bad out. Now let's Oreo this thing.
Yes.
Bring back the positive. What would you say to encourage more women into the barbering industry?
Yes.
The ones that were where you at before you came in, and they're looking at the barber industry like, man, I may not be able to get in. It's a bunch of males.
Right.
Is this for me? What would you say to them?
Yeah, you can do it.
And you know it's not going to change overnight.
Yeah. I think this is kind of, it's one of those things where it's like, no matter what industry a female wants, 9 times out of 10, unless you're going into like esthetician or something like that. It's mainly female dominated. But 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be faced with that anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're gonna put a dream aside because of that, you're cheating yourself.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like
I told you.
I love it.
cheating yourself.
Yeah. Being true to you.
Yeah, I say go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And let me ask
I
you,
love
on the backside of that, what would you say to yourself if you could talk to yourself right now? What would you say to yourself now if you could go back and just talk to yourself before you came out of barber school and you was in the shop all them hours and some days you didn't cut nothing? What would you say to yourself to make things change or to encourage? What would you say now, looking back?
To encourage, and honestly, this is like my motto for pretty much anything is just show up. Like, and honestly, there's a lot of barbers that, you know, they'll show up to work and then if it's slow by 3 o'clock, they're like, all right, I'm gonna go do whatever and I'll be back later. And in the time that they've left and I've been there, I ate. And so it's like, if you don't show up, don't even start complaining about not having clientele or this or that. And it's like, you can start complaining when you've showed up for 8 months and you hadn't cut any hair.
Yeah.
Every single day. Yeah, you can complain then.
Yeah.
But until that, and you're just like leaving because it's slow. I mean, there were days, I think Braven saw me, like, I would walk outside, man, I was talking to people.
Yeah.
People going inside FedEx, I'm like, hey, next time you need a haircut, you know where to go.
Front.
Man,
Hey, how you doing?
I was reeling them boys in.
Yeah.
But
True story. She did.
Yeah.
She did. I remember coming in a couple of times. We would always talk like old buddies.
like we knew each other, like you knew my damn name.
Oh, you getting off, baby.
Oops.
Okay?
Oops.
I ain't even mad at you, but I saw you sit there days, countless hours and hours, and you'd be looking, make jokes about it, like, oh yeah, well, all righty. All right, you go outside and stand.
There were full, well, maybe not weeks, but definitely days, full on days that I didn't.
Because we're still dealing with COVID,
anything.
then a new location.
Yes.
And then Chase handling the business side. I was with CMB, so I wasn't in there every day.
Yeah.
So she was literally in there by herself a lot of the times.
I got
See what I'm
you.
saying? So for her to stay in there and stay through it, that says a lot about you as a barber.
Yeah, it
See what I'm saying? It
does.
says a whole lot.
I think the reality of that is, what other option do I have?
I mean, you had some other options.
I know some
but
barbers that don't have options and still go home.
Nah.
And then
But
wonder
you
why it
there.
ain't pumping.
You stay
Yeah.
there from sun up to sundown.
To be fair, like I'm in a situation, like I don't have kids. You know, I definitely understand barbers that have kids,
Yeah.
have families. They gotta put on for their kids.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't have that. So that's a privilege.
Yeah.
To be able to go through droughts.
Yeah. You
And-
in it to win it, though.
Yeah. Oh,
Without a doubt. No
course.
question you are.
Yeah.
course.
She
Yeah.
swivel. What you mean?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
my last question that I got on the interview portion. All right. So if you could elaborate on, you know, what made you choose swivel, what's it like working with Chase and the team, and then, you know, overall, what's your attitude towards swivel and the direction
Okay.
it's headed in?
That's a great question. So I got to swivel after I had been fired from the last shop I was at. I actually went
box.
The box. we gonna call them the box.
We're going to call them the box. Yeah.
I went to one of my friend's shops just to talk to him.
Yeah.
Just barber to barber, like, yo, like, this sucks. Like, I thought I could just get really, really good at cutting hair and it would be a wrap. And, man, I cried, man. I don't cry in front of people. Man, my ass cried. And I was like, yo, I have no backup plan. And it's like in the middle of a freaking pandemic. I'm sure as hell not going back to working at a restaurant. Yeah. Like, I don't know what to do. And he was like, you know what, Cait, like, you're going to figure it out. Like, I'm so sorry this happened. Yeah. But I'm going to call my friend Chase. And I was like, all right, like, just if he wants somebody that's, like, ready to work, like, let's do it. And he was like, all right, I'm going to call him. And I ended up having a phone conversation with him that night with Chase.
Okay.
And I was a little nervous because in barber school, everybody knows Swivel as being, for what it is, the most official, clean, like not
professional, official,
super professional, like
elite.
Yes.
Just all of
which
the
was
above.
intimidating for me because I was like, listen, like I'm not even like good like that yet. Like
story.
I'm still
I got
trying
you.
to
I
like
got you.
I'm still growing. I'm still trying to find my niche as far as like haircut styles and stuff like that. And I was like, dude, he's gonna see my haircuts and tear me to pieces. Like I was like, there's no way. So I talked to him on the phone. Yeah, he's very, you know,
chill, laid back.
Yeah,
that's Chase.
Yeah, and so I was like, man, maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't. And I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't even think he looked at my haircuts. I'm serious.
Oh, you like that though?
I don't think he even looked at him. And I actually had a conversation with him recently, and we were kind of talking about how he chooses people to work for him, to be like the face of Swivel.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because he was like, you know, I don't hire people based on their skill level. Because I can teach somebody how to cut.
Sure.
But I can't teach you how to be a good person.
That's Chase.
That's character. And I was like,
that's real.
that's serious. Because it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, we could teach you how to cut. We could teach you how to fade a line out.
Yeah.
But I can't teach you how to not. I mean, I can teach you how to be disrespectful, but that ain't where my time's at.
Yeah.
So it's like if you got good character, the rest is
limitless for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a million people that can cut hair. Cutting hair.
Absolutely.
Cutting hair, you'll get it within 3 months of messing people's heads up. You'll get stick with it.
Yeah.
But I always my motto is it's more than cutting hair. Like if you're a barber, it's more than cutting hair. If you're a barber shop owner, it's more than just collecting booth rent. And that's the whole mission behind Swivel is to get these claws off of these like budding students that just graduated. They take them. Hey, come work with us, man. We got a popcorn machine in the break room and pay booth rent $185. What you don't know is that they're not properly marketing.
You're getting boxed.
They don't have your best interest at heart, and they're not looking to progress you past barber.
Yeah.
Like at Swivel, you become a full barber artist because if you can't be that, you won't survive. Like
there's just certain things that I do, and I've kind of talked to everybody, all the barbers, and kind of said like, hey, this is something that we could all do. That this is gonna make you stand out like so much more than anything else.
So with that being said, what would be the best memory you got so far at Swivel? I want to hear this.
Say it again.
The best memory you have so far at Swivel. Best haircut, best conversation with a client, best client you have so. Nah, we're not gonna do that one because then they'd be watching. But the best experience you've had so far at Swivel.
God, man, you should have warned me about that.
What's the best
I had
experience?
to go deep in the archive.
I know what it should be when you first saw Bray come out that back room and introduce himself. That should be the best moment ever.
Oh man,
This guy right
I'm giving you help. That's alley-oop. Come on.
I think the best experience I've had at Swivel was probably.
You didn't Bray.
Stop.
No play.
Stop. It's not necessarily specific clients that I have. It's the fact that, like, they have confided in me.
Yeah.
And said, like, listen, Cait, like, let me know when you go out of town. Let me know if you're sick for a long, if you're going to be out of the shop. Like, I need to know because there's nowhere else. There's no other person that I'm going to because no one else feels safe. And I'm serious. And it sounds crazy. It sounds like woo-woo, but it's serious because it's like me and Chase have both gotten DMs from people that for whatever reason don't feel qualified or comfortable or fucking whatever to be in a barbershop and that sending us DMs that said, hey, I want to book an appointment, but I just want to make sure that I'm allowed. Allowed? What? What? You know what that means is that they've gone somewhere and said, you're not allowed here.
Told you, segregation.
It's serious.
Barbershops are serious. It's not just race.
It's serious. And so when people think about going to get your haircut, that seems like a very monotonous, maybe bi-weekly, like once a month situation. But to some people, it's so much more than a monthly ritual or whatever. It's like nowhere else is safe.
Yeah.
It's serious. It's serious. It's very serious.
You know, I guess when I think about it, though, what you're saying is when I think about barbershops of old, that makes sense, though.
Yeah, and like
when you really like put it in that perspective.
Yeah.
When I think about it, how many times have I grown up in the barbershop? And you're right.
I mean, I used to go.
You make a valid point.
I used to go to the barbershop with my dad when he would get his hair cut. I've never seen a girl barber in my life. Yeah. And the first time I ever saw a girl barber, her name's Hayden Cassidy. And my best friend Chris, who we used to watch the barber tutorials, that's the only barber we ever watched.
Yeah.
And so I saw her and I was like, what? And he was just like, yeah, like, she's good.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's very possible.
To hear those stories, though.
But I also I'm also not a big fan of, like, I'm not a big fan of it, but I personally don't, like, market myself as a female barber. I don't market myself as a queer barber. I market myself as a barber because at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And the moment, in my opinion, the moment I market myself a female barber, then that's the moment someone says, oh, she's good for a girl.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, we're going to
Staying out the box.
Yeah, we're bypassing that conversation.
Exactly.
Because, and other people do it, no disrespect.
Sure,
if it works, it works. You know, roll with however you market yourself, but that's not my lane.
Cait, again, thank you so much for coming
yes,
on.
Yes, indeed. Swivel.
Swivel.
Yes.
Hey, do the jingle. Give me
Swivel.
Do the jingle real quick.
Oh,
Do the
shoot,
jingle?
on the spot. Let's
Do the
go.
jingle. Do the
On the
jingle.
spot, huh?
Let's go.
It's the swivel.
Oh, shoot.
The swivel experience. Tight with the lines. Oh, the scalp treatment mighty fine.
Oh, okay.
Swivel. The swivel experience. Tight with the lines. Oh, the scalp treatment mighty fine. What you waiting for?
Okay.
What you waiting for? Get that swivel.
Come on, Ross, come
The
on.
swivel experience.
I was going to Kirk Franklin it, but I was like, nah, you got it. You know what I mean? I was going to do a Kirk DJ Khaled.
Another one.
Yes, indeed.
So listen,
Well,
we're
look,
glad that you're here.
Oh, yeah.
Because what you said was basically what our motto is: each one, reach one, teach one.
Yes, sir.
And so I know somebody learned something just based off of your experiences and your perspective. And again, thank you so much for coming on. Listen, here at the Jetblack is Black History 365, and we got some great ones. Get on in there, Bray.
The first one is Bernard Rustin was an LGBTQ and civil rights activist, best known for being a key advisor to Reverend Martin Luther King. He organized the 1963 March on Washington and was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom after he passed the nation's highest civilian honor in 2013 for his activism. So it's definitely some heavy hitters in our African American and Black LGBTQ activist side.
Yes, it is.
The next one I have is Audrey Lord, who was a self-described Black lesbian feminist, mother, poet, warrior. She made lasting contributions in the fields of feminist theory, critical race studies, and queer theory through her pedagogy and writing. Among her most notable works are Cole, 1976, The Black Unicorn, The Cancer Journals, and Zami, A New Spelling of My Name. Her most famous quote, I write for those women who do not speak, for those who do not have a voice because they were so terrified.
Yeah.
Because we are taught to respect fear more than ourselves. Good God.
Jeez.
Pass the plate, boy.
Yes,
Man, that makes you need to take a nap.
Yeah.
That's serious business. And Ross, the last one I got is Miss Barber Jordan, a civil rights leader and attorney, and she became the first African-American elected to the Texas Senate in 1966.
Love it.
Let's go.
The first woman and first African-American elected to Congress from Texas in 1972. And she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by Billy C. Bill Clinton himself.
Come on.
Hidden in Hell in 1994 for her work as a political trailblazer. So, that Billy C.
I
was
did not
serious.
have relations.
R. Kid and SZA.
You know?
that concludes our Black History Facts. We want to shed a little light, show a
No
little
doubt.
love. You know what I'm saying? So
No doubt.
yes,
Appreciate
indeed.
that.
Jet Black.
365, all day and day. You know what I'm saying? Each one reach one will continue the legacy of Mr. Aaron T. Jones. And we got some NBA updates. After leading the New York Knicks not only to their first playoff appearance in 8 years, but also securing the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. Can you believe it?
They decent. They decent.
They really are.
And I'm a Laker fan. And when we had Julius Randle a couple years back, I said that he was going to turn into something big.
Yeah.
He looked like LeBron, a little bit more aggressive. Left hand got a little jumper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He raw. But now you got him. I think Dennis Smith Jr. is up there too.
Yes, he is.
They got a lot of young guys.
Yeah.
They know how to play the game. So Atlanta finna get swept unless
Oh,
Trae Young
man.
go crazy.
I know. Well, hopefully Trey will pull some guns out.
I hope so.
You know what
I
I'm
hope
saying?
so.
He'll do that pretty good. Yeah, they do look good. I was kind of shocked when I was looking at it because I haven't been keeping up with it. But when I saw the Knickerbockers on, I was like, what?
You gotta see Spike popping his joint too.
Oh, of
Spike
course.
was
You
talking.
know, Spike is talking. I still think Zion wants to go there. I still think he wants to go there, and I wonder after that last little rant he did about
Yeah, I don't think New Orleans ain't gonna let him go. But
no, I don't think so.
quick
But-
thing, real quick, before we switch on that,
Sure.
is that the NBA Hall of Fame was last week, right?
Oh,
They actually inducted the Toronto Raptors superfan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how you do that, but you don't induct Spike Lee for New York? He done put millions in the courtside seats.
Man.
Like, we talking about Spike. You think of the Knickerbockers, you think of Spike.
Think of Spike.
You know what I'm saying? So
Always talking trash.
they gotta show my boy some respect. I'm getting
They
tired of
got
this.
to, man.
I'm getting tired of this.
They got to. Listen, we got some movie updates too.
Okay.
On here, we got Shonda Rhimes, who signed a history-making deal with Netflix to produce series, movies, and documentaries for the service spanning all types of genres. I think it was worth about 100. Yep, the deal was worth about 150 million.
She got her work cut out though.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
But she gonna go crazy. She gonna go crazy.
She is, man. Like she's awesome. You know, she's known for Grey Anatomy, How to Get Away with a Murder. If you haven't seen Bridgerton, everybody's
You like that?
Man, I like it, man. I like
Haven't
The
seen
Crown and stuff like that. I like those movies, man.
It was good, but-
I mean, the series. I like those, man.
It was good. It got too fantasy for me.
Okay, I got you.
But as way as a shot, cinematically,
I
beautiful.
know, right?
Beautiful.
I was
Yeah.
looking at the wardrobe too.
Yeah.
Like
That art department
them
was serious.
wigs, bro. I was like,
Serious.
Tyler Perry need to holler at somebody from over there.
uh oh, watch out.
Cause
Ozark.
that beard I saw on old boy, it went viral this week. That fake beard. Now that's the 3rd time, Tyler. The 3rd time.
He done said the 3rd time.
We let old girl go when she switched her hair in the same scene.
Boy,
What
you stupid.
was that song, movie he had last year?
God, I forgot the name
movie.
of it.
I did too, because I
I
didn't
forgot
watch
the
all
name
of
of it. I
But
forgot
yeah, he
the
need to holler
name
at
of
somebody
it.
over there.
And you know Ozark is returning to Netflix for the 4th season.
I watch Ozark. It's a good show.
Ozark is nice.
It's
good.
better than Breaking Bad. That's-
I know. Don't get her started because she love Breaking Bad.
No, I'm
Come
playing.
on.
You know?
I'm playing.
Oh, man. So, look, we got some current news updates real quickly here. We have the Pasquotank County District Attorney announces the use of deadly force was justified Tuesday in the death of Andrew Brown, Jr. on April 21st. And I quote, District Attorney Andrew Wommel said at a news conference that Brown used his car as a deadly weapon, causing Pasquotank County deputies to believe it was necessary to use deadly force. After they
I'm so
acknowledged,
tired of talking about these police.
man, I'm so tired of talking
Good
about him
God.
too, but they acknowledged that he wasn't armed and he didn't have any weapons at all. So again, I still say, man, you can shoot the tires out, man.
Take your scary ass to the house.
I mean, shoot the engine out, man. There's other ways it could have been handled than automatically.
there's always
come on,
a
man.
way.
Automatically
if
blast.
you police and you scared, go on to the house. Just
You know what I'm
to the
saying?
house. I mean that in no disrespect.
No. I know what
but
you
go
mean.
on to the house.
Yeah. So you know, it's becoming a little excessive with what we
Man,
see
it's
happening.
been excessive,
excessive, and you know, it's just reaching its mark. So. Listen, we hope that you guys have learned something today here at the Jetblack Daily Show.
Jet Black.
Thank you again to Cait for coming in.
Of course.
And speaking your mind about barbering.
Yes, sir.
She ain't cut no corners.
She ain't cut no corners.
No chase or straight juice.
And thank you again for coming. Listen, this is the Jet Black Daily Show. I'm Mr. Jet Black, Carl Sr.
And I'm your special guest host, the director and producer of the show, Chris Bray. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's Swivel, it's Jet Black,
Yes,
it's
sir.
all love. We love y'all.
Yes, sir. Peace.
And we love you, baby. And T. Jones,
Yes,
we
sir.
out.
Peace.
There it is.
Cut.